Hey yo, welcome into a brand new episode of the Review at Rob Show. Appreciate you coming in here to hang out with me. Hope everybody's doing great, having a good time. Long weekend here in the States, Labor Day weekend and all that stuff, man. So hope everybody's out there being safe. Maybe you've watched some movies, maybe you've streamed some films that have come out in 2024, or just streamed some other things. Maybe you're watching Halloween Horror Nights stuff to get ready for Halloween Horror Nights. Who knows, man? But hopefully everybody out there is doing good and having a good time. As always, appreciate you joining in to have some fun with me. On this week's episode, we're going to be talking the film Afraid. Uh, where we're going to talk about that movie. Where I was going to say it's basically spelled where they have the AI in the middle capitalized because they're letting you know what they're talking about basically in this movie. So I'm going to give you my spoiler-free take on that film as well. We've got all kinds of news, man. We got some stuff to talk about in the horror realms. We got some Wizarding World at the Universal theme parks to talk about. We got some Jurassic World news to talk about as well on this episode, man. So let's go ahead and not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get into the movie review, with it being, of course, again, the film Afraid. This is a PG-13 film for some strong violence, some strong language, sexual material, and thematic material. It's 1 hour, 24 minutes, really. Okay. And is a horror mystery thriller. I call that the trifecta of awesome, and it is currently in theaters. In Afraid, the family, Curtis and his family, are selected to test a revolutionary new home device, a digital family assistant called Aya, taking smart home to the next level. Once the unit and all its sensors and cameras are installed in their home, Aya seems able to do it all. She learns the family's behaviors and begins to anticipate their needs, and she can make sure nothing and no one gets in her family's way. So, this film has been highly touted after touted. I don't know if touted the right word, but it's been talked about. And anytime you see the trailer from the producers who brought you Megan, so obviously it's capitalizing on the success of Megan. This is a Blumhouse jam, so it's capitalizing on the success of Megan and talking about a very hot button topic that's been around for a number of years now, but has really hit the forefront of talks with, and especially since we had the writers' strike and all that last year, because of AI and how AI is kind of taken over and AI is becoming a problem. And, people don't like AI. So AI is like the evil thing in the world and all that stuff. So they're capitalizing on that idea and decided to make a thriller film out of this. If you're new to the show, welcome in. If you're a regular listener to the show, appreciate you very much. And the reason I'm saying that is that with me in this show, when it comes to a film that I don't enjoy, I do not spend a lot of time reviewing it. I don't like to get into the negative side of reviewing movies. And if that's something you're looking for, feel free to listen to another show. I do not like to negatively dwell on things because why? Why put more negativity out in the world? Um, so, with that said, unfortunately, I did not enjoy this movie. As you would have noticed when I was giving the runtime there, I was surprised it was an hour and 24 minutes because it did feel and seem longer than that when I was watching the movie. I just didn't grasp it. I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, oh, it's an interesting idea. I get it. Megan, I know what you're going for here. Child's Play not too long ago. I get what you're going with the remake. Um, Smart House, if you want to go that far back. Even going back to 2001 Space Odyssey, right? There's always been this evil computer thing that could happen. And just turn things upside down. But overall, it's just, the movie didn't work for me. The dialogue felt flat, the acting was a little off, script not maybe not the best and all that stuff. So I don't want to overly beat the movie up. Like, I'm not into it. I never tell somebody not to see a movie because films are extremely subjective. We're going to like what we're going to like. What I will say is I would steer you more towards, if you're going to see it on streaming. Don't go out to theaters and see it, even though you would want to support theaters. There's other films you can go see in theaters, worth your time. Unfortunately, I don't want to be mean, but unfortunately, it just didn't end up working out for me the way I would have hoped it would. It just didn't entertain me. So that's my quick thoughts on it. Again, I'm not going to be overly negative and beat a thing up. So you make that decision if you want to see it or not. I can't Can't tell you not to see a movie. Never would tell you not to see a movie, but I would wait on streaming for this one. Just my personal opinion and all that. Like there's, I wanted more from it, especially after when you're continuing to say Megan and you're bringing up Megan, which is a film I absolutely loved and enjoyed, and they did a fantastically phenomenal job with that movie. This one just it wasn't that. You're trying to do what you did with Megan, and it didn't work for me. So that's my thoughts. If you saw the film over the weekend, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it, if it was your jam. It's not getting fairly positive reviews from what I can understand. I think it's like a 22 or something like that on Rotten Tomatoes last time I checked. Audience is 50 or whatever, if you care about those things. But yeah, again, we're not gonna beat the movie up. We're not gonna spend a ton of time reviewing it. It was just, it was a movie that I did enjoy. Where does it fall on my list? It's gonna be towards the lower end. Honestly, it's got me wanting to watch Night Swim again to see if I like Night Swim a little bit more than it. Just be honest with you, but that's that. All right. So again, if you saw the movie, hopefully it wasn't overly negative and beating that up because that is what it is. But if you saw the movie, let me know what you thought in the comments. But yes, stream it when it comes out or whatever. Let's see. So going from there, let's jump into the Jurassic news. I feel like Jurassic was the biggest thing that happened since our last episode here. So Jurassic World, we knew for a while they had a new movie upcoming. We didn't know the name of it. We knew it would be releasing July-ish next year and all that. We knew Scarlett Johansson, for those who don't know, are not in the new. Scarlett Johansson would be the star of the film and all that, but we didn't know much about it. That just said next Jurassic film. We knew there would be another one eventually. We knew Dominion would not be the end of the Jurassic franchise. Like there's always going to be a Jurassic movie at some point in time. They're gonna because it's too big of a name. It's too big of a name value to just have sitting on the sidelines. Like it's always going to have something going on with it at some point in time. This quickly, I didn't realize we would be jumping back into it, but we are. And I remember when Dominion came out and all that, which that movie wasn't met with the most favoritive reviews either. But I remember them saying this is not the end of the Jurassic franchise, just like the end of us following those characters, Owen and oh my God, Bryce's character that I'm blanking on at the moment, but you know that storyline was ending, and they brought back the classics from Dr. Alan Grant, um, Ellie, all of the Dr. Ian Malcolm, all of them. They brought them back for the Dominion film, the sixth film in the franchise, and they just kind of did like this little thing where like we're closing it up, we're gonna leave it where it's at, and just stop doing it there. And but they never said they were officially done, right? But didn't expect something so soon to come from this. I mean, what Dominion was when was Dominion? That was 2022. So not even that long ago, right? Not even that long ago. And we're jumping into another Jurassic film, which I'm not complaining about. I absolutely love it. Jurassic Park's my all-time favorite franchise. I honestly enjoy the franchise a good bit. I know some of the movies are met with hatred or dislike or whatever you want to go with, but I have a good enough time watching them. Like I'm just enthralled with that world. Claire's freaking Bryce Dallas Howard's character's name. Sorry, it just popped back in my head. But so yeah, now 2 years later, three by the time the movie comes out, we have an update here with Jurassic World. The next film is going to be called Rebirth. And it will be hitting theaters again in July next year. Now, this is not necessarily an official synopsis because nothing I read said official synopsis. It's just kind of what's been put out with the images that came out recently, which we got the logo and the name. We got a picture of Scarlett's character in the film. I can't talk all of a sudden. And another character. I'm blanking on names so bad right now. Let's see. So Scarlett, who's the rest of our cast here? I know it's an awesome actress, Mahershala. Mahershala Ali. We saw his character as well in the pictures. So we got a couple pictures, and then there was some stuff that was released with it. So apparently, the film will be taking place 5 years after the events of Dominion. The planet's planet's ecology has proven largely inhospitable to dinosaurs. Of course, obviously, this is a different world for them that they'll be roaming around in now. So it's inhospitable for dinosaurs. Those remaining exist in an isolated equatorial pretty sure that's how you say that word. Equatorial environments with climates resembling the ones in which they once thrived in, obviously. The three most colossal creatures within that tropical biosphere hold the key to a drug that will help bring miraculous life-saving benefits to humankind. Okay, experienced covert operations expert Zora Bennett is contracted to lead a skilled team on a top secret mission to secure genetic materials from the world's three most massive dinosaurs. Massive dinosaurs. Okay. When Zora's Operation Instincts intersects. Okay, instincts. I'm sorry. When Zora's Operation intersects with a civilian family whose boating expedition was capsized by aquatic reptiles, they all find themselves stranded on an island where they come face to face with a sinister, shocking discovery that's been hiding from the world for decades. So you can probably begin to try to guess what those are. Is there another Jurassic Park that's been running this whole time out there? Is there another island with all kinds of dinosaurs are living there? Are they going to the freaking island from Jurassic Park 3? Who flipping knows? Um, it's too early to really guess here. And again, this isn't a official synopsis from what I can tell, because nothing says official synopsis when I was looking into this information. Three colossal dinosaurs. So is there only three dinosaurs in the whole movie? Is that what we're telling us? Is Blue not a part of the film? Like, so if we're thinking colossal, we know the T-Rex is still alive. We know the oh my god, blanking on his name. The water dinosaur. Why am I blanking on your name right now? It's not Megalodon. It's freaking. Oh my god! I knew all the stuff before I record, and then I hit record. I'm like, I freaking forget everything that I was supposed to say. Jurassic. What is your freaking name? Mosasaurus. Duh. Mosasaurus. All right, so we know that those two are still around. I haven't watched the Jurassic films in a while, so I'm not 100% sure who the third one would be. But I mean, Blue's not a colossal dinosaur. Blue is awesome. Blue's very important. Blue's not a colossal dinosaur. So who's the? Is it a Stegosaurus? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So I mean, maybe you have to go back and rewatch the movie to guess, because it's following in the same world that we've been in with these Jurassic films. It's taking 5 years after Dominion, right? But what's the third? Did they make another one? No. Indominus is gone. Indoraptor's gone. Indoraptor's not colossal either. What was did the third movie have a bit? No, the third movie was no. So yeah, I don't know who the third one is. I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, the T-Rex is still around and the Mosasaurus is still around. So those are the two. And they said there's a boating expedition that's capsized by aquatic reptiles. So mirandering aquatic reptiles. So I don't know. Will I see it? Obviously, of course. Love the Jurassic films. So I'm interested to see where this goes. I want, a little bit more information. I don't need a ton of information. Like, I'm a person who doesn't read synopsises for films before going in to see them. Like, I'll see the trailer and I'm good to go. Like, I get the idea. So I'll need a trailer. And the other thing about this, and it's coming out in July, so maybe we'll get a trailer Super Bowl time, something like that. But same with Superman, I would guess. But that's the thing to bring up as well, is this movie's coming out or scheduled to come out in July, early July, right? July is packed with big movies next year. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but if this movie still stays with July, early July, so that'd be like the first week of July, you get this movie. Middle of July, you get Superman. And then end of July, you get the Fantastic Four movie. So July next year is going to be a packed freaking month of films. And it scares me a little bit because how much with Superman being in between both of those huge franchises is a little worrying, but I think there's enough interest and want to see Superman that's going to help Superman. Fantastic Four might be the one that obviously might not do as well as the other two. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Jurassic has been a franchise that's done very well. So I know people will go see that, and that's the first movie that's coming out that month. So nonetheless, I mean, I'm gonna have a great time in July. That's for sure. Tell you that right now, I'm gonna have a great time in July. I think next year Megan comes out as well on my birthday. So good run there. But yeah, so that's the update we have Jurassic wise. It was fun to see that. I'm always I've said it 100 times. I love the Jurassic franchise. Gonna be going to Universal soon, and you can bet your bottom dollar, whatever that means, that I'm gonna be in the Jurassic Park area, having a Jurassic time, getting on the river adventure ride. I don't care what anybody says. I still love doing that ride because that's my heart, right? So doing that and just having a good time. And knowing that there's a new movie on the way is always good. Again, surprising that it's coming out so soon, but I'll take it, man. I like ScarJo. ScarJo's great. Mahershala Ali's great. Good to see he's got something to do since they don't want to make that Blade movie apparently. So yeah, it's good. Good on them, man. So that's what we got Jurassic wise. Now, for the Wizarding World update, we have for you in the Universal theme parks. They are building the Epic Universe land, and they gave us some more information about the Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry ride at Universal's Epic Universe, detailing the queue. So you will step into the locker room to discover Harry, Ron, and Neville's lockers as they prepare to become Aurors. I'm just sure I'm saying that word wrong. But as they prepare to go in there, Neville, interesting. Explore the Hall of Ministers, where portraits of past ministers not only hang but interact with each other in true Wizarding World style. Be amazed as the map room reveals a magical moving map of the ministry. Scroll through the headquarters to uncover evidence from cases along with some hidden Easter eggs. You'll step into Dolores Umbridge's ornate pink and gold ministry office, complete with her signature cat plates. You'll hear also you'll hear also here you'll encounter Higgly. Jesus, I can't talk today. Umbridge's house elf, busy packing up the office for the upcoming trial. So excited for that, man. I'm a Wizarding World fan. I've loved it for as long as I can remember. And I'm so excited to be, getting this new world. We're all getting it. I'm not just getting it myself, but I'm excited to be able to go to that world. Hopefully next year. It opens next year. And then, hopefully during the Horror Nights trip or something like that, can get over there to Epic Universe and have, of course, an epic time. So we're looking forward to that. No telling how busy it'll be, but it will obviously be very busy as it'll be the first year that it opens. If it's open by then, I would assume it's opening sometime summer next year. I don't know if we have an official opening day for Epic Universe. We just know it's next year. Let's see, Epic Universe opening date. Universal's Epic Universe theme park in Orlando, Florida, is expected to open in 2025. Okay, so and then Fox 35 Orlando says that park execs revealed that summer 2025 was the target opening date. So heat time is the time for that to open over there, man. But yes, extremely excited, obviously, for the Wizarding World to get back over there. I need to drop some poundage. Doing a horrible, that is like one of the worst battles. Don't ever get fat. Don't ever gain weight. It's just the worst. It's the worst. It's my own problem, obviously, but it's just such an annoying battle. I've been fighting for years that I just can't get a grasp on. And it's my own fault, obviously. It's my own problems, but I gotta get it together. But thankfully, I've been working really hard to get my legs ready for this HHN trip that's coming up. So hopefully we do better. We shall see. But yes, Wizarding World I'm excited about. Got that. You got so many cool things happening in Epic Universe. Obviously, the Dark Universe with the monsters. So excited about that as well. So, and this is kind of like a teaser talk of what my show is going to be in 2025. Obviously, when we get closer to 2025, I'll talk more about this stuff. But theme park talking is something I love. I love theme parks, and Universal is such a huge part of my life. It's a daily thing I look at. It's most of the videos I watch on YouTube has something to do with Universal or Halloween Horror Nights, obviously, and it's just It's a passion of mine, just like movies are, right? So don't be surprised if that's something I end up talking about a lot on my show next year. Um, we shall see. But yes, so that's the Wizarding World talk real quick. In horror news, like one of the big things that happened since the last time we talked, might be the last thing we talk about before we get out of here, is that there's a rumor of a new series around the Halloween universe. Now, horror franchises have become pretty much trying to get it into the television world. The most notably and most recently successful was Chucky. We still don't know what's happening with season 4. At this point, we probably guess it's not happening, but we don't want to be negative. We can hope that it'll happen, but we haven't heard anything really from that front. And then we know the Friday the 13th show is happening. Still getting worked on, and it's something that's moving forward for Peacock. But now Halloween is being rumored for a show. I think it's already been possibly talked about, right? Going back, I have to go back in my brain. There's so much intake of information to take, but what's it? I'm not getting confused with Friday the 13th. I feel like they said like the rights to the Halloween movie and television show, like something there. There's something there. I'm just blanking on right now. But since the last time we talked here, recently, like a day ago, I think, we had Titus Peoples, who's a filmmaker, on his social media post that there is a possibility of developing a series that is focused on Dr. Samuel Loomis, who, of course, is the psychiatrist for the Michael Myers character in the franchise, right? And just to read his quote real quick on this, his post, it said, quote, "Still very much in the early development of things, but I've always wondered about the life of Dr. Samuel Loomis before getting to Michael. With the help of my co-creator and co-writer, Nigel Harden, we will expand on the Halloween mythology with this series. Pilot episode 90% written. Ultimate Class Studios going crazy, pen to pad, belt to ass," end quote. Filmmaker also goes on to say, once the initial script is complete, he plans to enter it into a film festival screenwriting competitions to give it some traction before pitching it to places like Hulu. Now, I'm not 100% sure who has the Halloween franchise rights right now. Blumhouse obviously made the last 3 films. I feel like they announced who has the film rights and television rights. I feel like this is something that happened. It's not something I'm just making up in my mind. TV rights. Miramax won the TV rights to the Halloween franchise in October 2023 after a bidding war with A24 and Blumhouse. Miramax plans to include developing a Halloween TV series that will reset the horror franchise. The new universe could potentially span both film and television. Back in October of last year, it was announced that after a heated bidding war with genre titans A24, Miramax, and Trancas International Films have secured the TV rights to the Halloween franchise. And today, Miramax's head of worldwide television, Mark Hedwig, brings more intriguing updates. Miramax has the TV rights, yada, yada, yada. Miramax currently has the rights, yada, yada, yada. Don't they also have the film rights? I searched that too. While we're doing this show, let's just search it. Film rights. Film rights. Let's learn how to spell. Film rights. Who has the Halloween film rights? Miramax. Miramax Trekkis Films co-own the film and television rights to the Halloween franchise. The deal was made after Miramax beat out A24 in a bidding war. So if shopping it to Hulu, so Miramax. Well, I mean, Miramax can still make it and then shop it to Hulu. So yeah, sure. But yeah, obviously you're gonna have to talk to Miramax about all that stuff. But intriguing idea. And to me, it's the same thing I said when they did Halloween Ends, and they're like, it's the end of the franchise. It's like what I just said with Jurassic Park. It's never gonna end. Like it'll never end. Like I know it's been a long time for a Nightmare on Elm Street film. I know it's been a long time before a Friday the 13th thing, but it's gonna happen. Like it's gonna happen. Friday the 13th more likely sooner than Nightmare, but It's gonna happen. There's always a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film that comes out like every couple of years. There's gonna be another Hellraiser movie. There's another Pet Cemetery movie. It's gonna happen. Halloween is too big. They're making a video game now. They're making 2 video games for Halloween right now. Obviously, a thing that just read to you where they're talking about already doing shows and doing movies and connecting universes and all that stuff. It's gonna happen. I like the idea of, for now, taking a look at Dr. Samuel Loomis before Michael. How well it goes over, how well it works, I don't know. We've seen with this Halloween franchise before with the Halloween fans. They weren't the biggest fans of Halloween 3 when it first came out, Season of the Witch, because there's no Michael Myers. They're not a big fan of the last Halloween movie, Kills, because it went in a different direction. And will Halloween fans be okay with a show that takes place with Dr. Samuel Loomis, who's a big character from the Halloween franchise, but it doesn't have Michael? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that going to go over with Halloween fans? Like, are they going to be okay with it? Will they be accepting of it? Will they not be? Um, I don't want to cuss. So will they be all right? Those are the questions you get to ask. Those are the things that are going on right now. So take the time, figure it out. I'm into the idea. I like it. I'm okay with it. I think with Halloween, like I said, they're gonna make them. I enjoy the franchise, honestly. I enjoy it. You know, I like that character of Michael Myers. But I think it's okay if we live in that world a little bit without Michael for a moment, right? Because honestly, Halloween 3 has taken on like this cult thing lately. The first time I saw Halloween, I was like, "Oh, this is weird that Michael's not in it," but I liked the movie, you know? And Halloween Ends, I'm gonna need to watch again. I've only seen it that one time when it came out. I watched it on Peacock when it came out. And yeah, it throws you through a loop. It's not what you're expecting, but that doesn't mean necessarily it's a bad thing that it does something you're not expecting. It's just something you got to get used to. That's the thing we got to get used to with films. It happens a lot with comic book fans and comic book movies is that they're expecting something to happen, and if it doesn't happen, they immediately poo-poo all over the movie. I think it's okay in these franchises for them to try to do something different and new. Hell, I'm a huge fan of the Chucky franchise. That franchise has stayed in its storyline throughout the whole series, but there's something new about it each time that it comes around, or there's something that they throw in there that just freshens it up, if you will, or changes it up a little bit. I think it's okay if we spend time with Dr. Samuel Loomis back in the day and see what he was doing, what he was coming, how did he become a psychiatrist, what kind of things was he going through in his journey through psychiatry before getting to Michael Myers. Why was he the one picked for Michael Myers? This insane kid who just went crazy one day. Why do we know? That's a good show to me. That's a good idea of a show. Hell, we had a whole show about Bates Motel that lasted several seasons that worked very well. You can do it. I think it'll be perfectly fine if they do it. And people got to be more accepting of that, in my opinion. Just be open, be accepting, let it happen. You'll get Michael Myers eventually. Um, whether it's on that show or not, irrelevant. Michael Myers will be around always. So give it a try. Why not? See if the show ends up happening, if they end up making a good enough script. And let's have fun, man. Let's live in that world and enjoy the boogeyman a little bit, shall we? But that's going to do it for this week's episode. Hope you all had a wonderful time, man. If you saw the movie AfrAId, sorry I couldn't overly talk about it, but don't want to be overly negative on the show. I like to do positively and positive mental health things on the show, and I don't want to spread negativity about something. So, unfortunately, I wasn't a big fan of that movie. If you saw it over the weekend, if you enjoyed it, cool, awesome. Let me know how you felt in the comments if you saw it either way. Um, that'll do it for this week's episode. Appreciate you listening along and hanging out with me on this week's episode. How you feeling about Jurassic World Rebirth? How you feeling about the possible Dr. Loomis show? All that stuff. Are you excited for Epic Universe? All kinds of things to talk about, man. But that'll do it. As always, appreciate you hanging out with me and having a good time, having the vibes, man. So close to this Halloween Horror Nights trip. I can taste it. I'm so excited for that, man. Um, gonna try to get another episode out. Beetlejuice. I'm seeing that before I end up traveling down there and all that. So um, maybe I can get a review out for that. I don't know. We'll see how timing works with getting ready for the trip and when that time finally comes to go on the trip and all that stuff. See if we can get the show out or not. But I will see Beetlejuice. Another movie that's coming out soon. Can't remember the name of it, but it has Sophia Boutella, who I absolutely love in it, and Batista. It's like the Hitman or something like that. Batista can't be called can't be called the Hitman. We have too many movies called Hitman. Batista. Sophia Boutella. Killer's Game. I was close. Hitman, Killer's Game, same thing. But that'll do it, man. So, as always, remember that you are loved. You are important. Anything that you hope to be, go for it. Believe in it. You can do it because you have things inside of you that is incredible. You are incredible. You're capable of amazing, amazing things. Believe in yourself. Trust in yourself. And always remember that happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Talk to you all next episode. Okay, now we get into the recording. Talk to you all next episode.